Though I am here, in front of your eyes, it is not I who you see. It is he who once was, but is now broken, making you all awkward or sad. He who can only disappoint, can only be less than. My shout is but a whisper, my thoughts and feelings pebbles in your shoes. I am a once favourite toy, ignored but for brief smiles of remember when moments. I exist amid crowds, but I live in solitude. I am no longer of this world. Fill the gaps within me with the things I've lost, from the angels flown to the pieces blown by a misty mind, prone to some sudden dash from decisions rash, like the snap once of kids with cash, yet based on thought, once half caught, the elusive I forever sought. And all the virile slivers, hewn by the shivers of winters unknown, frozen in rivers of presence and poise of yesterday's boys when I was the king. Yes, fill my gap with this beautiful noise, this life, this thing. Knuckles clenched white, ratchet fingernails to bite into skin for the sin of imagined trespass, dissolving, revolving, and wringing watery reason into puddles on floors, and muddles beyond doors, in constriction, prescription and restriction, while bits of truth tumble from sacks and flashbacks to be cherry-picked and casually kicked into the best false story of young men's glory now gone. I can no longer trust thought veneered with rust that crumbles the rational in a slow flow to dust, while my rage is on the rampage within this hell, this chemical cell of submarine dopamine that can't be seen and whispers conspiracy and hypocrisy, tightening the frightening till that is all there be. And then with random twitch I flip the switch and shed my scaly hide, my serpent slide. Just a finger click, quicker than quick, and my fist lets go. Muscle and tendon stretch as if feathered for flight, and delicate is everywhere, all tissue and worn to death silk, all swoon and blessing moon and peace, but only on lease, and other payments always due soon. Profanity punctuates my babbling, my drivel, while I'm shuffling past those asleep in a kind of lurching, lazy creep, a monster, swishing my feet till they're reddened by carpet burn and leave furrowed steps as evidence of my midnight run. I hurtle down a landing on toes curled under like a crap ballerina, only to pinball off the end wall, shedding momentum and dignity, and pathetically pleased to have made it without pissing myself. Then the toilet seat clangs against the cistern. I've little time. I twist into a weird, contorted stance. The word shit echoes about the wet room as I wet it even then, despite all my efforts. Stooped, broken and in pain, this living dark stain claims most of the time with its horror movie mime. And frozen, furrowed and frustrated by blurry voice and foggy brain, and those grunts and groans, the fucks, the shits and bastards, sighed, shouted and cried at nobody and nothing. They're just my replacement, my displacement way of coping. But I ask, is this the memory I will leave? My final chapter's dark ink clarity, stark against my before, now faint and faded. I worry that I'm growing ghosts that will ever haunt them. Lay your eyes on my pillow, so as we slowly roll to touch, I feel the silence part each time your eyelids meet. In these few hours, as your rise and fall tips the stray light, let me know the peace of my yesterdays. Watch me whilst I sleep, and remember just one moment that will tell of the man I once was. Then turn away and lay your eyes on the end of our night. Am I a toy? A broken soldier boy? Discarded and left afloat on a tiny boiling sea, awaiting a tide that will never come. No more will I make the parade between the cakes and lemonade. I'd spoil the ranks with my hoppity march and shoddy salute. Or am I depravity's fool? My skin scored at will and want of smiling cruel? Easy prey, for some to say, that which had held them back before. Deep is the jab of laughter's seed, its dignity bleed and callous stab of mercy need, an object of fun for the amusement of one. Stolen is my name for a new game, when absent worth's quiet keen remains unseen, and all is lost within the puddled rain. CD2 by Nigel Smith. And now it is here, that which yesterday was not. Time's short reprieve of my future, never distant enough to be briefly ignored, is now my present, arriving unannounced. Visible by malice alone, it dismantles what is left of family and self. I'm surprised to feel it here, a forgotten pearl in a now empty purse. It lays its course upon my cheek, a vestigial response to the realization that this is the last of my Christmas ghosts.